Hello everyone, welcome to my review of Transformers Studio Series 86, number 29, Deluxe Class Generation 1 Bumblebee. Fully accurate to his show model, with actually having the accurate vehicle mode, which is a first, I think, for a Bumblebee since that original Generation 1 figure. And the masterpiece. That is horrible. Man, I've been waiting for this little guy for a while, specifically to be able to review this guy, but outside of that, I have been waiting for this little guy, because, I mean, come on, when I was collecting Transformers earlier on in, you know, my cycle, I guess you could say, it was nothing but Bumblebees. During the Transformers Revenge of the Fallen movie, we had like 500 Bumblebees in shelves. During Dark of the Moon, we had like 500 Bumblebees in shelves. During Prime, we had a couple of Bumblebees and one hot shot on the shelves. It was Bumblebee, Bumblebee, Bumblebee. And how long have we now had 86 in the Studio Series lineup? And we have yet to get a Bumblebee. I was missing the yellow little guy. But here he is, finally. So let's take a closer look at this Bumblebee with the nice head sculpt. Very accurate to his Generation 1 Joe model counterpart. And also a nice Autobot symbol here on the chest. We got a black window for the car, which I find kind of weird because the origin one has a blue one, but whatever. And we have nice arms here as well. Also, you might be able to see how differently colored he is. I mean, the hinges here are differently colored from the main body, but this is also differently colored. It is a little bit distracting, I will say that. But we got the nice legs, and then we got the vehicle mode front feet, which actually turn into the front of the vehicle mode. And no, this is not a reuse of the cliff jumper mold, because the backpack doesn't come off, which is a huge bonus compared to the other one. And I was actually almost tempted in buying the cliff jumper one, the War for Cybertron Bumblebee, and I'm so happy I didn't, because this little guy is such a good looking little guy. And I will officially state that this little guy is the best figure to come out of Wave 3 of Studio Series of 2024, because I have many issues with Springer, and I have some issues with Steeljaw. Skywarp is just a repaint, but even then I kind of missed a lot of the purple. And then Decepticon Soldier uses the barricade mold, so it is kind of an easy win, but I will still say Bumblebee is absolutely my favorite because I like this little guy a lot. I have a small issue, which is mainly in vehicle mode. And this is what he looks like from the back. Very nice, the back of the car here. But then we don't only have Bumblebee, because we also have his little pistol painted in silver with a post sticking out for vehicle mode integration. But you can hold it if you want to and shoot the Decepticons, or if you want to store it, you can actually in the back here. As you can see, there's a little post here that goes into that hole. Like so. There you go. So you can store the gun if you don't want him to hold it. Very nice, very nice. Let's pull off the gun and move that off to the side so we can go. Yes, sadly enough, that is the only accessory that he actually comes with Origin Bumblebee coming with like all of this. This Bumblebee kinda doesn't really come with a whole lot, and he also is very much smaller than a Deluxe, which we will get into later on as well with the Legend of Zez comparison. But I will say it is a bit disappointing that he doesn't like include more because of how small he is. However, I think the engineering actually makes up for it. But without further ado, let's go into articulation. So the head can rotate all the way around. He has a little bit of up and down on the head and very little side to side, but a smidge of side to side action. He also has a full rotation at the arm. The arm can go in and out. You got a swivel here at the bicep and an elbow joint that actually locks into place for vehicle mode purposes. And his hand can actually rotate, unlike the Origin figure, which cannot. Then his waist can also rotate. His legs can go forward, about that far. And they can go backwards, about that far. They can go in and out. He's got a swivel here. He's got a bend. He also has a bend here for transformation purposes, but he also has a bend up here for knee purposes. And then he also has an ankle tilt, which I think is actually a bit too high. But he has some ankle tilt, so he can actually pull off some poses like this. He's getting ready to poop on the battlefield. Bumblebee, no! So he's got some pretty good articulation. So without further ado, let's go into Zez comparison. Starting off here, we have him next to the Origin version and what he was and what he is. My goodness, having these two, to be honest, I never thought I was ever going to be able to own these two figures. A modernized, fully Generation 1 accurate Bumblebee with the actual accurate vehicle mode, and a Bumblebee based off of the first 5 minutes of the first episode of Generation 1. Never in a million years did I think Hasbro would ever make it. And the fact that they did is absolutely fantastic. So let's move you out of here so we can bring in some of the smaller boys. Starting off, here he is next to Spike Witwicky, his buddy throughout the Generation 1 cartoon. Let's get him out of here. Because it's not just Bumblebee, he's got a red brother, maybe potentially. And also he has a future upgrade as well in Goldbuck. And here they are. And yes, the backpack for Goldbuck I have mistransformed on purpose. Because of the fact that that is what he looked like in the Generation 1 cartoon, he had a thing over his head. So this kind of replicates that thing that he had over his head. Now, these guys do the whole detach the backpack thing for transformation, which people did not like, and this Bumblebee doesn't. However, the reason for that, the way that I see it, is the fact that they did that because they gave him this long-ass weapon that also has integration with the vehicle mode, and his 86 Bumblebee just comes with a puny little pistol. So if they did not give him this big thing and instead use that engineering in order to be able to make Cliff Jumper not a parts former, that would have been better. However, the play value from this thing also gets added. So it's a mix, but I like the 86 Bumblebee more than them. But this is also technically Studio Series. This one is Buzzworthy Bumblebee and Studio Series. It's like a fusion between these two, Buzzworthy Bumblebee and Studio Series. But here's what he looks like with them, and I like having all three of them in my collection, Bumblebee and Goldbuck. Let's bring in the full Bumblebee squad in here. Here we go. This is the progression of Bumblebee. Cybertron, Generation 1, and Goldbuck. So end of Generation 1. My goodness, as someone who found Bumblebee very much annoying throughout his life, having the full Bumblebee collection does put a smile on my face. So let's get them out of here so I can bring in the classic comparison. However, we're gonna add a little wrinkle in here because we also have 86 Optimus Prime, as we should, for size comparisons. Whenever I will review a Generation 1 figure from this point forward, we'll include the size comparison with the 86 Optimus Prime and the 86 Bumblebee. This will be my forever using size comparison set. And they look very nice together, but this is what I meant. These two are deluxes. That's a Voyager and that's a Commander, and this is also a deluxe. Like, you can see where it kind of went wrong. Also, technically, he is a deluxe, but his engineering made him Voyager. But look at this. Back in the day, this little guy would have been known as a Scout class figure. So let's get these guys out of here. And let's pull you in closer so that we can get into that transformation. Alright, time to get this guy into his vehicle mode without parts forming. So let's start off with the backpack. What you want to do is you want to unhook it from back here. There are little... As you can see, let's see if I can show this off. Hopefully it's not too close to the mic, but little hooks that go in there. You want to unhook it and lift it up, and also lift the head up like so. Then what you want to do, grab your part separator if you have one and open up his chest, or just open up his chest, and then rotate the head inside. So untab it from here and then rotate it in here and close the bad boy back up like so. Then what you want to do is you want to take the arms, rotate them down and bend them until they click into place. Bend them and then click into place. Then what you want to do is you want to rotate this around until both of them are sitting at a good angle, like so. There you go. Fantastic. And then what you want to do is you want to come here and just bend on this one down like so. And then use the other one to kind of push it up and in like so. And hook it in like so. Fantastic. Now let's get to these feet. So what you want to start off with, you want to untab this piece here. Untab this piece here. Rotate this out like so. Rotate this out like so. Take this black piece here and just push it all the way in. Do the same thing on the other side, as it always should go. And then take this piece here and rotate it all the way in like that. Very much different from the Cliff Jumper that we got before. Tab the legs together, which will most certainly untap later on. Oh, also, fold it in. Then what you want to do is you want to rotate this down all the way until you get something like this. Then rotate the waist in and click it into place. Rotate the legs up and around. As you can see in here, hopefully you can see it. Let me just undo it. There's a little hinge here. Do you want to push up on that one while down on this one? So just push it in. Come on, push it in. Tab the legs back together. As I told you, these are going to be untabbed. And then push them in like so. And after everything is said and done, here we got little Bumblebee in his little car mode. So here we got the little Bumblebee in his little mode. And I love... Look at this thing. Look at how good this thing looks overall. He looks very good. Now, I will start off with a problem before we get into it, really. And that is, this never really wants to line up. That kind of locks into place there, but then it like untabs everything from over here. I don't know how to get this straight on my copy. Sadly enough, I cannot really get this straight. And no matter what, he kind of does do a wee wobble if I actually get everything into place. Because if I click this in, he wobbles very much. And if I undo it, this is like the best that I can. But I feel like, you know, that's not really supposed to happen because it does look a little bit untabbed, especially in the thumbnail for the Transformer. But overall, this thing looks very, very good and very small because this is what he looked like. Like, this is what he was inspired by, but this is actually what he looks like. So I love the fact that they were able to not only make sure that the backpack does not need to come out, they technically chibified this thing as well, which... Another impressive feat. Well done, Hasbro. So let's get in close here on this car with two Autobot logos right there. We got the black windows going all the way around. We have a little bit of different color here from the rest of it, which is a bit annoying. And there's a slightly different shade between like the yellows a bit, but that's because the plastic probably that was used. We got a nice looking front here for the vehicle mode. We got the nice side, one big wheel, one small wheel. This is what he looks like from the bottom. Like, it doesn't want to lock in on both sides. Whatever. And here he is from the back. Nice red stripes, black back, and no wheel thing on the back, which I thought he had, but maybe he doesn't. I don't know. But overall, a very nice looking little guy. So, without any further ado, let's go into weapon integration. He does not have a stupid thing over here. However, what he does have is a stupid little thing over here that you can just tab this weapon into if need be. Like so, and he can carry his weapon like so. Very nice. You can untab this. Oh, not that, not that. So, now that that has been shown, let's go into size comparison. Starting off, here he is. Actually, we can come back a bit closer with his previous self. Here we have Origin Bumblebee with G1 Bumblebee, and they look very, very nice together. I am very happy to be owning these two, and as I said in the Origin Bumblebee review, I think it might have been in the Origin Bumblebee review, or it might have been this one, I don't remember. I'm shooting them at the same time, so... One of them, I talked about the fact that I never expected to own this one. Well, I still don't. And this looks very, very good together, as you can see. What he was and what he is. Fantastic. Let's move you off to the side so we can bring in the other little guys. Here he is with Cliff Jumper and Goldbug, and I love how they all look different. I mean, I know that Cliff Jumper technically needs to be chibified like Bumblebee as well. However, I kind of like the differences here as well. And I love the fact that Goldbug and Bumblebee, like, what he actually is based on is what Goldbug is, and what he is, you know, like, the chibified version is Bumblebee. I like this. I very much like this. I very much enjoy this. Now let's get Cliff Jumper out of here so we can go into the origin of like where he was and where he will become eventually. The journey of the bee. Or the bug. Because Goldbug is neither a bumble nor a bee. So let's get him out of here so we can bring in the big pal himself, 86 Optimus Prime. And also Spike Witwicky. Why not have both of them? As you can see, this is what he looks like with them. And Spike Witwicky most certainly looks absolutely ridiculous. And also, I'm not gonna grab Daniel Witwicky because he is terrible. And I don't want to grab him. But here he is with them. And yes, for anyone wondering, obviously, they both fit into the back of Optimus Prime. Why is there always something? Oh, how did you go sideways? Ow! I forgot Roller was in here. Oopsie. I forgot the stuff from Optimus Prime was in here. That is why he didn't want to go any further. But there you go, Bumblebee inside the back of Optimus Prime. Very, very nice. So let's get you out of here, Bumblebee. And let's move into the final size comparison as I always do. Jazz, Sideswipe, and Ironhide as well. Woo. There he is with all of them. Very nice looking. Let's get them out of here. And let's pull Bumblebee a little bit closer. And with Optimus Prime's trailer in the background, we are gonna go into the reverse transformation for the little Bumblebee. So let's get this little guy back to his robot modes. What you want to start off with is an easy thing to do. Undo the back and then rotate it up like so. Thank God this thing isn't clear plastic, otherwise I would have been terrified. Next up, what you want to do, you want to come here to the legs and just undo it from in here and just rotate them down, and then you want to basically make sure that this thing goes all the way down until you can't see this thing anymore, so that it blends in just like that. So then you want to straighten out the legs, lift the camera up a little bit so that we got a little bit more room to work with. Rotate this down like so, and then for the finishing touches for the feet, what you want to do is you want to undo this little thing in here. So just rotate this little thing in here. Then you want to come in here and just undo this piece and also this piece and rotate them down. Then rotate it in, and I like to put my finger on the top of this piece here to kind of keep it in place, because as you can see, you want to basically take this and just push it in. So just that way you can kind of keep the piece into place. Do the same thing on the other side, but this time you guys will get to see it from the inside. And there you go. The legs are done. Then what you want to do is you want to come to the arms and just undo them from each other. And then rotate this piece around. Rotate the piece around like so. Just all the way around. Rotate the arms down, forward, and also untab it from itself to extend it like so. Then what you want to do is you want to come here to the chest and undo this piece here. And then you want to rotate this back like so. Rotate the head all the way back like so. And put the chest back into place. And then what you want to do is you want to basically come here, rotate it so that it's like this. And then you can, if everything goes well, you can push it past and hitch it in here. There you go. And here we have Origin Bumblebee back in his robot mode. So, final thoughts on 86 Bumblebee. What do I think about him? I think he is a very, very fun little guy. And also, I have not heard the problem of the front of the car kind of like being uneven with other people. You know, like when I tab it in, it doesn't fully go around the chest. I've not heard that problem from other people, so it might just be a my copy thing. But overall, I think he's a great little guy. Now, yes, he is a little bit small, and I don't know if the engineering is worth it for how small he is for the price that he comes with. However, I think that personally, he is the best of the Wave 3 of Studio Series figures, and that had a leader and a Voyager. So, overall, would I recommend the little Bumblebee guy? Oh, yes, I would. And he is a fantastic companion piece to the Origin Bumblebee as well. And with this, B-Week comes to a close, and also the Origin figures come to a close as well, the Origin saga. It's been a fun ride, long await for the third and final part, but sometimes, you know, you just gotta make a trilogy and just call it a day. And that is what this is, the official end of the Origin trilogy. But that has been my review of Transformers Studio Series 86 number 29 Deluxe Class Bumblebee. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on that bell and comment your thoughts on this figure. And please check out my Let's Play channel, linked in the description and at the end of the video. I upload 3 videos every day of different games, but mainly Pokemon. And I'll see you guys in the next review. Bye!